Vice President Kamala Harris brought the House down with an amazing speech she gave at a rally today in Savannah, Georgia. The amazing thing about the Harris campaign is that they're reaching out to voters everywhere, regardless of where you live, regardless of your political belief, regardless of your background. The Harris campaign wants your vote, and they're going to fight to get it. And that's what this rally represents here today in Savannah, Georgia. So I have some clips from the rally to show you, but I want to start outside of the rally. I want to show you the enthusiasm for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. In Savannah, Georgia today, it was pouring rain, torrential downfall, and these folks stood in line in the rain to see Kamala Harris speak. And the line is huge. So take a look at that clip.
So outside the Ed Market Arena in Savannah, Georgia, it can hold 9,500 people. You have lines and lines of people lining up all the way down here. It's been raining, thundering the last hour, and you have more people outside here waiting to get in. Still 3 hours out from Kamala Harris and Tim Walz taking the stage in Savannah.
Remarkable, isn't it? All those people out there in this huge line with their umbrellas, their ponchos, but they don't care about the weather. They're just excited to get in there to hear from our amazing vice president and hopefully our future president. And that video is courtesy of journalist Anna Giratelli. Now, once everybody got into the venue, the energy, the enthusiasm, the excitement was remarkable. And as soon as Vice President Kamala Harris came out and walked onto the stage, the room just exploded with cheers. It's so amazing, and I have a clip for you from that moment. So take a look at that as well. Amazing. Just amazing. The energy in that room, you can kind of feel it through the screen. And the interesting thing about Savannah, Georgia, is that a general election presidential candidate has not campaigned there since 1990. This is a community that often doesn't really hear from presidential candidates in person. They only hear about them on the TV or social media, whatever it might be, but they're not visited often from presidential candidates. Kamala Harris is doing the opposite. She's going there. She's visiting. She's talking to those voters. And these folks are hyped up to see her. As I mentioned, a packed house, not an empty seat in sight. Now, in the speech, Kamala Harris hit a very bipartisan message, saying things and supporting policy that every single American, regardless of your political belief, can get behind. So the first clip I want to show you is her talking about Donald Trump's outrageous suggestion that the Constitution of the United States should be terminated. Seriously, take a look.
Someone who suggests we should terminate the Constitution of the United States should never again stand behind the seal of the President of the United States of America. Never again.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. Any president or presidential candidate who says or suggests that we should terminate the Constitution of the United States is automatically unfit for office. They are automatically unfit to serve in the most powerful position in the world. And I think that any rational or logical American would agree with that the Constitution, our founding document, is our governing document. And for Donald Trump to suggest that portions of it should be terminated just because he thinks that the election in 2020 wasn't fair is reprehensible. It is unconscionable to come from a former president of the United States, let alone a candidate for president of the United States. Remarkable. And I think any American can get behind that. Nobody thinks that we should terminate the Constitution, right? Most Americans would agree that, wow, that is an outrageous statement. That's what I mean. It's like this bipartisan message, reaching out to every voter saying, hey, you can join us. Our umbrella is large. We welcome all voices, all beliefs. Right now, the Kamala Harris campaign is one that stands up for democracy and our fundamentals here in America. They also stand up for personal rights, though. And that's a message that we can be bipartisan on and say to the other side, say to a lot of Republicans who may agree with us on this issue, specifically reproductive rights, saying, hey, we're the moderate ones here. We just want to let women control their bodies. And Kamala Harris talked about that message at her rally as well. And the clip is pretty remarkable. The applause is loud. So take a look.
One does not have to abandon their faith or deeply held beliefs to agree the government should not be telling her what to do.
Another bipartisan message. Pretty great. Pretty great. All Kamala Harris is saying here is that, hey, you might be pro-life, maybe you're pro-choice, but I hope that every American can agree that the government or a state should not be telling a woman what to do with their body. And again, I think that's a message that most Americans can get behind. Whether you're a Democrat or Republican, I think everybody wants to keep the government out of a woman's doctor office. A woman, when she's making a choice when it comes to reproductive care, should only have to consult herself and her doctor. She shouldn't have to consult herself, her doctor, and Donald Trump and her Republican congressman. These choices should be left to the women, and most Americans agree with that. And that's what Kamala Harris is saying here. You don't have to be an extreme pro-choicer or an extreme pro-lifer to get in and be under the umbrella of the Kamala Harris campaign. You just have to be a rational, logical American. And that's the message that the campaign is hitting. That her campaign is the message of, hey, we just want to make the country better. We're welcoming people of all different backgrounds, all different opinions, all different voices. We just want to make the country better. We're not extreme. We're not extreme. We just want very basic things. Don't terminate the Constitution and let women choose for themselves. It's a very, very moderate campaign, I think. But Donald Trump, on the other hand, is running the anti-choice campaign, the I'm making choices for you campaign, the anti-democracy the campaign, the terminating the Constitution campaign. That's what Donald Trump has going on over there, whereas Kamala Harris is doing none of that. She's focusing on the American people, and I just love this message that she was delivering at this rally today. And the final clip I want to show you from her speech is an important message, an important reminder for the American people, which I think needs to be seen by everybody, especially everybody that's supporting Kamala Harris. So take a look.
So we're here to speak truth, and one of the things that we know, this is going to be a tight race until the very end, okay? So let's not pay too much attention to the polls, because we are running as the underdog, okay? And we have some hard work ahead of us, but we like hard work. Hard work is good work. Hard work is good work. And with your help, we are going to win this November. We are going to win this November. Yes, we will.
You know, when I saw that clip for the first time, it gave me Obama vibes. You know, when a crowd boos at an Obama speech, he looks at them and says, "Don't boo, vote." That's the kind of energy that I just got from Vice President Kamala Harris there, and she's right. You know, we talk about polls, and polls are fun to look at, and they can be an indicator of an election, no doubt, but the polls mean nothing if we don't get out there and vote. So we, collectively, the Harris campaign, and you and me, got to keep our foot on the gas until November. Full speed ahead. Do not let up. Get your friends, family, loved ones registered to vote. Make sure you're registered to vote, and then get out there. Make a day of it. Go vote in the morning and get a bagel for breakfast with your buddies. However way you want to vote, make a day of it. Have some fun and get out there. But of course, importantly, make your voice heard. And I love that Kamala Harris is reminding people of that, saying, hey, hold on now. We have a lot of energy. We have a lot of momentum, but it means nothing if that doesn't translate to votes. So great speech from Kamala Harris today. The energy was real. The messaging was fantastic, and I hope we see more of it. So anyway, I'll leave the video there. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you being here. Make sure to subscribe down below. It goes an incredibly long way. Also, drop a like on the video and comment. Let me know what you think about all this. And as I always say, I greatly appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.